Hello, health update. So muscles are still spastic, as opposed to I don't know what. But for the past week, I've been toying around with different sleep alternatives, as far as things to help me get to sleep. And apologies, I'm a lip picker, so you know. Um, First couple of days, I tried just going cold turkey and I tried just sleeping throughout the night. And I was better able to this month than I have been able to ever this year. This year, I should say this year, not ever. Um, but then after like the second day or something, um, I was drinking chamomile. Chamomile got me through the next couple of days, but it was only really like 4 or 5 hours at a time. And then I would wake up, but I was able to go back to sleep. So that's an accomplishment for me. Then I realized that I had some tea that a friend gave me called linden tea. And man, that shit has sedative properties. And it's nice. I know it looks like I'm all like poofy and haven't got much sleep, but I'm trying the stuff out right now. I feel fine. I'm a little slow, but I feel fine. And that linden tea, I swear, that stuff, so far for the past 3 nights, for the most part, has gotten me through most of the night. And that's saying a lot because normally I require a benzo to sleep a good portion of the night. And granted, I may have already built up a tolerance to that benzo. But anyway, I'm not relying. I'm trying to like switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my body to get used to something. So you're not supposed to overdo it with that tea. You're definitely, according to like Healthline or something like that, you're not supposed to have more than 3 cups in a day. And I'm assuming that the reason that they say that is because you don't want to be sedated all day. But last night I got close to about 8 hours, which is, whoa, with just tea. That's amazing. So that tells me that at this moment in time, my body is cooperative and is healing, and that it's moving forward with whatever it is that it's recovering from. I still don't have an answer as to what it is. I did have, over the past couple of weeks, a pretty decent hormone surge. Not worse than I had in the past. Not worse than I had the beginning of this year. Hold on, my cat's meowing at the door. Okay. I forgot what I was saying, but sleep is a process that I'm working on. Does it look like my nose is red? I also ordered some CBD that has CBD, CBN, and CBG in it. And passion flower and lemon balm. It's marketed as something you're able to take every day. I took my CBD caplets from the same company every day for like, I don't know, a year. I didn't have any issues. And the great thing that I like about that is, like, straight up, I'll be honest with you. If I want to pick up a beer, I'm not going to have any issues. And I know that for a fact because I've done it in the past. If I want to smoke, I'm not going to have any issues because I know that those things don't interact. And that's the ultimate goal, is to have the option to do that if I want to relax or if I want to like hang out with some friends and they're drinking or whatever. I cannot do that if I'm taking a benzo. I have to be very careful with what I put into my body when I'm taking that benzo. So, so this week has been a fight, but a great feat. And I feel very accomplished. So I'm just hoping that this continues. and I'm hoping that I can just completely annihilate the benzo. The most success I've had this year with that is when I started smoking weed, and I did it for a couple of weeks, but then I had that one bad night where I got the anxiety and wasn't able to sleep. So I put the weed aside and started taking the benzo again. But me and my doctor have both discussed, yeah, we don't want this as a permanent solution. I know that it's just one thing, and I know that I sound like a whiny baby about it, but I don't want that dependency. If I need something to help me go to sleep at night, I want it to be natural. I mean, you get what I'm saying. I don't want to have to worry that something funky is going to happen if I mix it with something. Okay, with that being said, of course, in previous video I told you that I had got the secondary Moderna, and yes, it did cause a hormone surge. Yes, I did have a heavier period, a more extreme period, and I've had a more extreme, I guess you could say, ovulation. It piqued my anxiety, like, for the past week or so, I've been, like, I wake up. When I do wake up, it feels kind of like I'm nervous. It's not as extreme as it was before, but I wake up feeling like, you know, like if somebody just gave me a shot of espresso or something. That's what it feels like for like the first couple of minutes that I'm waking up, but then it dissipates and I'm fine. I haven't been going outdoors as much. Have not been going outside as much. Let me word that properly. So I haven't been getting adequate vitamin D, and it reflected on a CBC that I had done recently. So my CBC was the lowest that it's ever been. I'm sorry, my vitamin D on the CBC was the lowest that it's ever been, and I am fixing that. I have the 50,000 UI vitamin D caplets, and I'm taking one every Tuesday. So I'm working on that. My cholesterol was high, but it has actually gone down. So the doctor said, since you were able to bring it down, we're not going to give you pills. We're not saying 100% that it's you mistreating your diet. We're saying that it could be a plethora of things. It could be hormonal. It could be hereditary, you know, what have you. And I think it's a combination of all three. But I'm working on bringing that down. That also can be a byproduct of having a funky thyroid. So, yeah, that's another thing is a couple of weeks ago, this got swollen and it felt kind of like a butterfly shape, like if somebody had a Band-Aid over it right here. And I felt like I had a sore throat. Oddly enough, that's, you know, same time period when the hormones were acting up. And I think it's all connected. I've spoken to a handful of people that indicated that once they got the shot, hormones went haywire. So and I also had confirmation from the endocrinologist that it did affect the thyroid. So it's all connected. It's all connected. And was that affecting my muscle spasticity and my muscle movements? I don't know. But I will say that we had a cold front recently, and it's like, oh my God, everything swelled up. My vision got blurry. I was getting dizzy spells. I didn't want to move off the couch because everything hurt. Everything felt swollen, like my joints hurt, and I was just like, you know, God, it looks scary. I didn't want to do anything, man. I just wanted to like stay on the couch. I didn't want to move. Everything hurt. And everybody's joking with me like, you're just getting old. It's just the weather. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that. But I'm not talking about just like joint pain here. I'm talking about like everything. All my muscles and my brain, you know, like everything was affected. Just from a simple shift in the weather. Like, damn, I should just work for the news station. You know, I can tell you when it's about to rain. Screw the weather guy. I got the internal radar right here. My body can tell you. And in a way, it's kind of cool, you know, like, oh, humana, I can tell you that we're going to get a hurricane. simply by my magical body. You know, like I'm trying to make light of it, you know? But either way, I'm still having issues with recovery after exercising. But it seems like it is getting better. Like, as a matter of fact, I just had one of the coaches at the gym that I go to message me like, you've only been in 3 times in the past 3 months. So we feel like maybe you should modify your membership because it's expensive. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. I definitely need to modify it. I've been having a health crisis. So that's why I haven't been going in. They're like, oh yeah, we totally get it. We understand. Like, everybody's going through a health crisis right now. But yeah, like, let's get you to the point to where you're not paying so much because you're not going to be coming in as much, and just work on that. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. So I told him I'd be in this week to change it. But like, I went with my sister the other day to a 5K, and we took our time, but we actually had a faster time than we normally do, me and my son. Normally we take about an hour and a half to do a 5K. This time we only took about an hour and 10 minutes. So yay. And it was kind of like a haunted trails thing. It was nice. It was fun. The weather also helped because it was nice and breezy. But yeah, like, I wasn't sore the day after. The day after that, I had a little bit of the lightning feeling in my calves, but it was way better of a recovery than I'm used to. And so, yeah. So in general, it seems as though I'm healing, you know, at a slower rate, but I'm healing. And I'm just trying to work through it. So you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at me what's going on, obviously. I'm hoping that all that happened was just an attack that I couldn't help, like on an attack on my neurological system, I guess, which is nothing new for me. I've had neurological problems for a long time. And that I had to detox, and that it sucked, and that it affected everything, hormones included. And I'm hoping that it's all uphill from here. I'm really hoping, you know. I'm accepting of the fact that I might have an autoimmune and that it might be chronic. But as of now, I haven't been able to talk to anybody to confirm it, other than when I was at the ER and my ANA came out positive, and the dsDNA, which is usually indicative of connective tissue disease, lupus, or Sjogren's. Oh, I said it right, Sjogren's. Indicative of those 3, but I don't know for sure because that requires further testing. But I'm almost positive now that I don't have an issue, like, inherently with my thyroid or any kind of thyroiditis or thyroid symptoms. I'm almost sure of that. I'm pretty sure it's neurological, which is not surprising. I've been toying with that notion since I was in my early 30s. So, and I'm gonna be 40 in January. So, I just have to deal with it. I've been following a lot of Selma Blair's stories, and a lot of it rings a bell. So, yeah, that's where I sit. Thanks for watching. Hope it was entertaining, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.